But my real name is Angel. I don't know where I got that from. Okay, let's go, Spirit. So, isn't it funny sometimes how God could send us an angel? Isn't it funny? So this gonna be sweet. Okay. He's like, what? This is gonna be a sweet, very gentle live, right? So I was channeling today. I said, what can I talk about, right? What can I talk about? What can I speak about, right? So on the live, it say, I love you. I'm smiling because this is just a blessing. So I just want to welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. I'm a very blessed woman. This is a very blessed YouTube channel. I love to stay in positive energy always, and I love to when I come up here, I always love to try to awaken people. Right? I always say, I guess my YouTube channel is like a triggering, a reactive, or something like that. Or I always like to say that because it's so baffling sometimes because I always like come across people or I always want to give off that energy like when people are like, do real love exist? Hi, how are you? uh, I can see your picture to be sure. What the hell? Are you a real person? Yes, I'm a real person, damn it. Other than my music and stuff, I didn't enter the digital world. But other than that, I am a real person. You're like, what? A real person? I didn't even know that they can make AI people that come up here on YouTube channel. But let me talk. You're like, what? So I wanted to talk about love, right? With AI. I didn't know people can do that. I know I'm real. Like what? I'm real. Go to my videos. You'll see me shining and beautiful like a blessed woman that I am. I am. I always want to say before people actually get to know me and stuff like that, I always want people to feel that I have a blessed energy around me. Just my spirit is blessed. I always say when I go out into the world and people see me, I always want people to see, God around me. But let me talk. Like what? Let me talk. So it says I love you, right? And I'm just gonna flow with it because they messed me up talking about this AI stuff. They did. I never heard that. I was like the first out of a million. So I love you. Um, and I wanted to say, well, what is love? Do people know what love is? And I always say that I always want people to experience real love for the first time. And I feel very, very bad sometimes when some people can't experience real love. And I think for how I can say, right, love is not fucking infatuation. You know, some motherfuckers be so infatuated with motherfuckers. They be like, I just love you. No, motherfucker, you're just infatuated with a motherfucker. That cannot be love. Or you'll have people who motherfucking investigate people and shit like that. You know what I mean? They want to know what the fuck their favorite breakfast, their lunch, their dinner and shit like that and all of that other stuff. That's not love, bitch. That's investigation. You know what I mean? But I guess love comes slowly at the hands of time, meaning I guess the way that you can develop feelings for somebody. I always say that for if a motherfucker is just so fast, I always say that. They just be like, I love you, motherfucker. I love you. Like, hold on. Now, uh, I stopped. I said, I always be wondering, like, do people feel like, do they fall in love at first sight? I always wonder, like, for a guy sometimes, like, do they fall in love for the first sight? Now, what had me in a very, very good space sometimes is when I hear how I listen to some men motivational speakers and I hear that they say off the rip that a man knows. He just knows. Um, just right off the back sometimes. Like, hold on, I think this is going to be my wife. I'm going to marry her and certain things like that. But love, I think it just comes, uh, I'm smiling. Who's smiling today? You're like, well, I hope somebody's smiling so happy. But I think that loves happen very, very, sometimes it can be, I feel like, I'm just saying hypothetically, like an unexplainable meaning. Like you never really thought maybe it can happen, but that's why I always say love can be used correctly, and sometimes love can also be used as the highest manipulation. You understand what I'm saying? It could be used as the most craziest tool to bound somebody, all because they know that. I guess if you was to say, "Oh, I love you," or this is that and the third, it'll have people in crazy situations. But when people actually love people the way I guess they say that they love people, then love would be very, very sweet. It'd be like the greatest like melody and shit like that. It's like the greatest Picasso picture that you can put together. Understand what I'm saying? Love is like something that it's like a magnet. I could probably say something that is like so unsupernatural, something that uh, keeps pulling you, even though you feel like you want to walk away. But love should be very, very sweet. It should be fun. I always say that. It should be fun, right? And it should be kind of like a sweet, like everlasting type of a feeling. You know what I mean? Something that, oh fuck, like what? Here I go. Who the fuck is on my channel? When was the last time somebody actually asked you, like, okay, well, maybe motherfucker gotta ask somebody that. Okay, well, you say you love me. Like, what do you love about me? So I'm just curious. When certain people ask you, or somebody have asked you that question, like, what would be the real true? Like, what would you say? You know what I mean? Like, when you love somebody, it's like you just see them for who they are, not what they can do, what they can provide for you, but you actually see somebody like for who they are. And mm, mm, ain't this about a bitch? Like you like what? Well, no, because it kind of like stopped me in my track a little bit. Love isn't real. That's a lie. That somebody said love isn't real. I love when I get people like that when they say love isn't real. Well, I'm so sorry that somebody has fucked you up so bad that you are now gonna walk around and every person, meaning every man or every woman that you going to encounter, you're gonna fuck their life up something so terribly. So for you to say that love isn't real, you should just actually be in an open motherfucking relationship for the rest of your life, because people like you fuck up a lot of different people who have that spark within their eye. Nobody, if you're not capable enough to, but I always say that, you know what I mean? And what's so fucked up about that is that because other people have, okay, I can use myself in this, because the person got there before me, right? Because the person got there before me, it took away that spark that you have in your eye. You know what I mean? It took away everything that you actually set out for you to do. You know what I mean? It took away you actually loving me the way that I need you to love me. It took away you actually respecting me the way that I need you to respect me. But because she got there before me, now you're just going to treat me like a piece of shit. You're not going to respect me. You're going to let everybody or people disrespect our union, something that was blessed. I always say that. And it sucks so fucking much because it's just a repeating of hurt people, hurting hurt people, and hurting hurt people, and taking away from the people who are actually capable to actually give people real love, to actually be there for them for every fucking moment. You understand what I'm saying? That's why a lot of marriages are so fucked up. A lot of marriages are really, really fucked up. That's fucked up. I feel so bad for you. You like what? I feel horrible for people like that. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. It's sad that people go into new beautiful cycles, something that's so beautiful, and a woman or a man that really, really is capable enough to really, really loving you and be there for you the way that I guess you always wanted somebody to be there for you. But because somebody else got there first, now you're just going to just destroy everything that was actually meant to do, everything that they were supposed to do. And that's so fucked up. Let me see what you're saying, because I like this. Who is you? Morning is like business translation. Love should be free. Love is free. Love really, 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 really is free. Let me tell you something. You say, listen, love is free for some people. Meaning, it just became so fucking tainted over the centuries. Love has been a price tag for centuries and centuries. That's why in the old days, you had marriages, and you still do have some marriages that are already arranged. You have that shit over there in Africa. These niggas better come with 50 fucking cows. You better come with 50 cows. You better come with 50 fucking goats. So love has always sometimes been a price tag. But for some people who actually understand that shit, damn, goddamn. Oh, God. I just punched my motherfucking self in the throat. You like, what? Do you know how fucked up it is to... I could say it like this. For some people. Do you know how fucked up it is for you to actually really give a fuck about somebody, and you don't give a fuck about what they have? You don't give a fuck about their network. You don't give a fuck that they got 15 houses. You don't give a fuck that they this, that, and the third. You don't give a fuck about none of that. The only thing that you give a fuck about is just if a motherfucker is okay. If they're okay, did they eat? Are you alright? That I'm not going to allow you to sit there in this motherfucking room. That I will kick this fucking room. And that I will go in there and pick your ass up from off of your fucking throw up. That if you was sick and you was laying in your own fucking shit, I will come in there and I will come clean you the fuck up. That I would dress up as a fucking ninja and we would fucking tear this whole fucking planet up. People don't understand that. That's love that you can't find. Love is also so real and so true, where a motherfucker should be able to tell you nothing but the fucking truth. We live in a world where people are so motherfucking content. People want people to tell them exactly what the fuck they want to hear instead of what they need to hear. Let me get off, because you about to upset me. Oh, just like that, I can never be with a woman who is mega wealthy. Mega wealthy. Do you know what's so fucking sad about some of these mega wealthy women? What's so sad about these wealthy women and what's so sad about these wealthy men, that some of them, because of the fucking stereotypes and because of the way that society is, they could be entertaining something that is just so beautiful right in front of their face. But because of the time that we are living in, a motherfucker is so tuned to the outer appearance. Is she or he fit with the image of my persona? Is she or he fit to the class of my business endeavors? Is she fit to, I don't know, the way that it is? So a wealthy woman, they're the worst sometimes. They really are. Because this bitch would rather go with a nigga that had 6 figures and this, that, and the third. See, I'm that YouTuber. I stick up for y'all niggas. You like what? I do. I do, and I go against that clause of women like that just in general because um, a person's and a person's integrity and who they are, meaning just them as an individual, that shit can never be a fucking price tag. And because of the way that it is that people miss out on their blessings all the time. So I see why your ass is talking about love is not really real. We all seem to fit in our own class. Listen, I always who actually lost out? Two people lost out. The motherfucker that's judging you and the person that's saying that they're not fit or this shit is just not real. I'm always that type of a person for every relationship to your major relationship. They say that you get 3 relationships. You get the one that you first said is your first love. You get the pre-trial, and then the last relationship is supposed to be the final relationship, because every relationship on this fucking planet is designed to teach us exactly the do's and the don'ts. That's why you have a lot of women and that's why you have a lot of men. I'm gonna see what you're saying, that become very, very salty at the end, and that's very, very different. Now it could be different because I always say that, right? Okay, listen. I was a piece of shit. Listen. I was a piece of shit. Every nigga that I dealt with, I never gave this motherfucker nothing. I never gave him my heart. I never fucking submitted. I never did none of that shit. Huh? I was lying like a motherfucker. Nope. I was talking to a whole bunch of fucking people. I was doing this. I was doing that. But guess what? After that motherfucker, I actually met somebody that, hold on, wait a minute. This nigga, he just do something for me. He just activates something within me that all of these motherfuckers, they just didn't have it. They didn't have it. And most importantly, I shouldn't be laughing, is that he's not just gonna let me just do what the fuck I wanna do. He's not gonna let me say whatever the fuck that I'm gonna say. And he's gonna stop me right in my motherfucking tracks. Like, we're not even gonna do this shit. We're not gonna play these motherfucking games. We're not gonna do none of that. We all have a checkmate in life. That's in general. It's just, unfortunately, some people don't get to that point. Or they just don't want to. Let me see what you're saying. This is very interesting, buddy. You said I sound cold. I don't sound cold. You're like, what? I don't sound cold. I'm a realist. That's a realist. It's not about getting hurt. It's just, that's just in life. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like, well, shit, some of y'all niggas will never settle down. That's just how some guys are. They would never settle down, and their preference, some niggas' preference is just new vagina. That's what they like. They like that. That's just what they are. They would never settle down. They love being a floater. You know what I mean? They just float. They float. Now, my ideologist of it, my thinking is it maybe because of they that's just what they are. They never want to settle down. So I feel like what I feel like if people were more open to that, like, meaning, listen, don't never love me. I'm a realist. Don't never love me. Please, just don't never love me in your motherfucking life. Because I'm never, ever, ever going to give you anything that you are looking for me. I'm never going to love you the way that you want me to love you. We're not going to be the way that you are imagining that shit in your mind, right? So the only thing that I want from you is just for you to come over here and just fuck me every now and then. Just give me exactly what I need. I'm talking in another place. Hold on one second. I'm sorry about that. I'm on mommy duty. Yeah, I'm on mommy duty. So let me see what else you're saying. Yeah, but you're like, what? People should be like that. You're like, what? People should be like that. That's how men think with their dicks first. Some do. Look, I always say my mind is just not like the average woman. It's not. And I don't know if it's, listen, I'm going to tell the world this again. I don't have no sisters. You like what? No, I don't have no sisters. I have brothers and I have cousins that are brothers. So growing up for me was very, very different, right? Because I seen how my brothers act. I see how my brothers behave. I seen how their friends behave. I seen how they treated their women. But then I also had the honor and a blessing to be able to witness some men who were in really good relationships or who were in very, very good marriages, and how they treated their wives. You know, the biggest thing that I ever witnessed, I had the honor and the blessing, because it was an honor and a blessing. I was around these two couples, and they were like married for like over 40, maybe 50 years. And they were like 98, 92. And his wife was sick. But, and that's what marriages are, you know. And then plus, I come from a class of women who were married for a very, very long time, and their husbands was not nice. I'm just saying. I have to be honest. I'm a very honest woman. But they never gave up on them. They didn't divorce them. They didn't say that they didn't want to be with them. They stuck it out with them, and it all worked out perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So I seen both aspects of everything, and I'm sorry, bro. I'm getting bullied. He's like, what? They bullied me. They bullied me. I swear to God, they bullied me. See, like I'm on mommy duty. I usually don't do my lives until early in the morning when it's really, really quiet, or I know that my gang is sleeping. So I'm trying to do this live, and then I gotta get up, and then I gotta go pick up my other kid, and he's at, you know, after school and stuff like that. So I'm trying to squeeze this in because I was channeling love, was, and then I bumped into a very, very person who, listen, and my channel is very, very openly, like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I just hope sometimes when I talk to people, people can have a different little concept and stuff like that. But I look at stuff very, very differently. I believe that if people are not in the space and they don't want to do all of that, then you don't want to do all that. That's perfectly fine. But I feel like people shouldn't be going around and, you know, fucking it up for somebody else. Because I always say it's a 50-50. It's the playing fields are it's so even right now. Because I'm looking at it and I'm witnessing, and she's going to drive me crazy. She's really going to drive me crazy. Now she's doing it on purpose. She is, right? So maybe I could do a part two later on when she go to sleep and I do it again. But the playing fields is easy. It's not funny. You're like, what? She's a superstar. I'm telling you, this one, she be like, it'd be so funny. You ever seen, what was that movie? Like Home Alone? Is that movie? When he ran, he slid across the thing. Like, that's what she be doing. Like, she a slide. Like, ha, ha, ha. Like, get out of here. She just told me to get out of here. She said, don't be making my, now she's talking stuff. Don't be making any little videos and stuff. So now now my stuff is little. It's little. It's little. But any other time you get up here talking about they looking for you. So, let me get back to it. So, it's a 50-50 chance right now. I'm looking at it. Everybody's going to go pay $250. You're like, what? Shit that I'm saying, you can get this shit here for free. You're like, for real. And they reporting my stuff, so let me get it together. I don't want to curse. I don't want to do nothing. It's so crazy because I did the thing talking about telling all these guys I'm trying to help save some of these guys' lives. For real. And I said if some of them wants to act like they were married, it'll save them a lot of problems. Right? So how they gonna copy? They copyrighted me. How they gonna copyright me? I thought I owed myself. Like, that video would be so much farther and so many more views. I'm just saying, because I never really think about the views. But they copyrighted me. How the fuck you copyright me? Goddamn, I didn't know I was owned or... What? Hold on. Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. I always be channeling little things. So somebody is claiming somebody. Let me tell you something. Here I go. I'm so funny. I remember one time I put this picture on TikTok, I swear, and nobody was liking it. I thought that it was like an APP out on me. I swear to God, I thought somebody was running around saying, don't you like her? Like, you know what I mean? Her? No, that's my lady. Like, what? Nigga, you talk to her? That's my lady. Don't nobody like nothing. Because on my TikTok, it wasn't going nowhere. So I was highly upset. I was like, I know ain't nobody going around here because that's been happening to me lately. You like, what? For real. The niggas on the block, you like, for real. It was the funniest shit ever. And my lady, she was the one who set it off. This is how I knew I was kind of targeted. And then I had this funny ass nigga. You like, what, for real? This guy he in a yellow Mustang, and he always watch me and stuff. It's so weird. These guys are out of their goddamn mind. And he literally met me at the store. And it was so funny, but I guess he said I was too bougie for him because I was in there acting up like, what? He started laughing. And I looked at him like, you clown. You know, you the one who followed me all over around town. And then now since you finally heard my little reaction, it happened again today. It's so funny. You know, it's so funny because majority of my time, like I could take an Uber, I could take a car, whatever. But I love to walk. I love to walk because that's my exercise. Like I can walk very, very, very far. And so many different people. I love this shit. I do. And they see me all the time. They do. And when they actually see me in person, they be like, oh shit. Oh, I'm finally seeing you. So when I went today to Dunkin' Donuts, I tore Dunkin' Donuts up because like 3 times. I don't know what's going on. Something's going to happen within the next 3 days. Somebody's going to get, 3 blessings, but something amazing is going to happen. And I speak nothing but blessings. And I speak that everybody get something amazing within 3 days. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody has been applying for a job 3 times. This last time, you're going to get it. Somebody has been applying for a business loan or whatever. You're going to get it. But it was just so funny because I was cutting up. I was like, I'm ready to choke the shit out you. I did. I said, because, like, why? Because I'll go and I go get Dunkin' Donuts every morning. I go get it for me and my lady. And they messed up my order. And once I leave and I go to where I need to go, I just can't come back out and get it. And she's like, huh? And I was like, I'll come here every day. How you don't know what I got? Like, and this is like the 3rd time. Like, I'm like, you smiling. I'm like, bitch, I'm ready to choke the shit out you. And he looking at me like, they always like a little feisty. You know, I'm a little feisty. You know, just a little bit. And he just looked at me like, oh, so this is you in person. And it was so funny. He's like, what? Because they do this shit all the time. He could have easily, after he got out the store, he could have easily made the right there. No. And they always watch me. Like, what? For real. So he waited and he kind of like, it's be baffling because that's not the only time that shit happened to me. He actually like kind of like watched a little bit like where I was going. And that happened to me last time. I remember because I come all types of ways. You ain't going to catch me. I'm trying to tell the world that I'm just so mommed up. Like for real. And I remember one day when I was going to work, like because it's another way that I can go, but it's like a one-way street. So once you go down, you can't go back up. And somebody was literally waiting on a fucking side block. And when he was waiting on the sideline, and what fucks me up more, I don't give a fuck if you're in for real. I don't care if you're in a Lambo. I don't care. And he was in a nice ass, expensive ass car. Um, what work do I do? I'm in the medical field. I can work in a hospital, but I choose not to. You know what I mean? I don't want to work in a hospital. I don't want to work in a hospital. I don't want to work in a hospital. Um, and I tried working the 12-hour shift before, and I feel like I'm a slave. Like what? And I'm not trying to shoot nobody down or anything like that. And they keep trying to give me these. I mean, they argued me down. I turn money down. I turn money down. I've been turning money down so much that they just cannot believe it. You're like, what? Yeah, I can make very, very good, decent money. I make decent money. I'm not even gonna lie. But I'm just not confining myself to no fucking how did you do medical? Let me tell you about that. What happened was, that's why I would never do work with people who I know. It was a lady and she wanted me to help, like take care of her, whatever. And she had put me on to these people, like these agencies or whatever like that. And she put me up for it. They set me up for a motherfucking class, right? They set me up for the class. When I went to the fucking class, I went to go take a test. I had to take over like 200 questions. 200 questions for a fucking test that I did not study, right? So when they told me, they said, oh, well, this is a test. I said, what the fuck? I didn't even pass. So I said, fuck it. That's exactly what I said. I said, fuck it. They said, you gonna take it? I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna take it. I went in and I took a 200 question test and I passed the motherfucker. I passed it. I couldn't believe it. For real. I said, this is nothing but God. So after that, I got that, and it's really, really good. I could transfer it from state to state. I was trying to transfer it to state, but I don't really know how much, not how much, but it's a whole bunch of shit that I have to do to transfer it from a different fucking state. But, yeah, so I kind of like work for myself so I could create my own schedules and stuff like that. And it's been a blessing, but I could take my certificate and I could work in the hospital. I think I'd be real cute. I'd be real cute with some blue scrubs and stuff on. You like what? Like what? Doctor. Yeah. You like what? Doctor. That's right. Surgeon. That's right. Like what? No, I'm just playing janitor. Food service. What the fuck? I'm just saying. I'll look real cute, But yeah, I like what I do. I can move around very, very good. Anybody that I always come across, they always love me. It's so funny. And when I'm not there no more, they think that they can replace me. I'm never replaceable, ever. Nobody in this world will ever find anybody that's like me. Oh, with young people? For real? I'm not even gonna front that the most, listen, I can tell this story. I used to work in assisted living. I had fun working in assisted living. I'm not even gonna front. And I did all shifts. I worked in the morning, and the overnights was really fun because the overnights, you really don't gotta really worry about these people. Only thing that you really do, you just go in their room, make sure they're alive. You got to go in their room, make sure they didn't wet themselves and stuff like that. But the morning time is always crazy because the morning time you got to go in, you got to strip the bed, you got to get them ready. But what happened was I worked in Lincroft, New Jersey. I'll never forget it. And I used to have so much fun taking them to go eat and stuff. And they had this jukebox. They had this fucking jukebox. And I used to I played the hell out of Stevie Wonder. Dun, 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 dun. So they said, excuse me, enough with Stevie Wonder. I said, it ain't nothing else in the jukebox, man. They was like, no. So I had all the people dancing to Stevie Wonder. And they so crazy, You like, what? Because even people in assisted living, they racist. You like, what? They are racist. You like, and I'm not meaning racism like that. Like, they still got upper class and they got the poor class. So you have the bougie women over here, and then you have the other people over here, right? They young people, and they're all crazy. Oh man, it sounds like you work like in a group home and stuff like that. Um, wow. But why is it? I always say that, I would be a little crazy too, right? Some kids are really, that's just within them sometimes. But if you had a parent that didn't want you and they put you in a group home, and then my cousin was in a group home and he got molested in a group home. He had the most fucked up ass experience within the group home, and it's so crazy because my grandmother couldn't get him because she was like real sick, and my uncle, which was his father, he died, and his mother was just so fucked up. So um you know it messes the kids up because a lot of bad things happen to them in group homes. You know what I mean? Like, it's here I go, I'm always trying to save everybody. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind taking kids in. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want to? And I feel like, and then that too, you have some kids who these people are lying to them, talking about they gonna come and help them. It's why they get crazy. Let me see. Let me see what you're saying. You're crazy. It's not always. That's what I was saying. It's not always their fault. You know what I mean? Because I always say that, but see, like that's my calling. Like a lot of young girls gravitate to me, and I don't know, maybe because of just the certain things or however that I have seen, I witnessed, and some of the things that I've been through, just within my life and certain things. Like I had my oldest son when I was young. I did, and I didn't know about being a mom. I didn't know about the responsibilities. I didn't know about the things that was going to happen. Like, it's so crazy. My family was so pissed off because I had a 4 year ride in college. My whole life was planned out for me, and I went against the grain. My mother, she didn't talk to me for my whole 9 months of me being pregnant. She wouldn't even look at me. And it's so crazy because I didn't have to pay for nothing. Everything was paid for. And I remember I was probably like 5 or 6 months, and I used to cheerlead. And I swear I still remember the day that I got the shit in the mail. They had sent me some shit to do cheerleading, and it was like for me to go all over. And I remember I just cried, and I just cried, and I just fucking cried, and I fucking cried. And I didn't understand it. I didn't, because I was young my motherfucking self. I didn't know, but luckily, my son father, he was the best dad ever. Like, what the fuck? The best dad ever. And then furthermore, I didn't want for shit anyway. So like, what? No, he was good. He was good. He was good. He was good. That's where my son at now. My son down south with his father and with his grandmother. Like, then they having a ball down there, and it's like shit. It's like now the nigga trying to outrank me. I'm like, what the fuck? They called me because my son was sick, and he tell mom, mom. And then his dad come on the phone like, what the fuck? So what you call me for? You know what I mean? But just go do this. You know what I mean? Like, what this nigga still got, like, what? It sound like you still got some animosity in your fucking voice to me. I didn't do nothing to you. I always say that they do shit to me. You like, what they do? But furthermore, yeah, so like my objective is always like inserting myself and trying to catch as many girls. I'm gonna see what you're saying before they even think about being pregnant. That's why I have a lot of baby girls. I have a lot of baby girls who I have ran across. I have some baby girls of mine who hid from me. They hid from me. They hid. They did not want me to know that they were pregnant. Then they came and told me. But, for the most part, it worked out, really, really good. And, I'm sorry, they call me, I'm sorry, Miss Angel. I'm sorry. Like, what? Like, no, I always promote, like, go to school, you know what I mean? Go to college, travel around the world, all of that love stuff, that shit can wait and certain stuff like that. So that's my mission. I like to catch their ass before they even do shit. Like, what? They be like, no. And it'd be a pleasure when I see them. I just seen one of my baby girls. One was like last month. And she was like going to go get hair or something in the beauty store. And I was like, hey. She was like, hi, Miss Angel. I was like, hi, baby. What you doing? Nothing. I was like, okay. And she left. She went, got her car. They're doing good. Some of my baby girls are baddies. I just gotta say it. They be all over. Like what? They be in Dubai. They be in Miami. They be on fucking yachts. The other ones, they be doing little photo shoots and shit. So I got a whole team of pretty little girls. For real, for real, for real. And I be so proud of them because they all doing what they need to do. Like for real, for real. Then I got my other one. I gotta call her. Her name is Siani. And it's so funny because when I call her sometimes, she be like, Miss Angel, how did you know I needed you? I said, because I'm Miss Angel. And I know what you be needing, mama. And she'll talk to me and, and stuff like that. But she's very, very good. Siani, she's very, very different. She's like me. She's a giver. So I'll be ready to fight her girlfriends and stuff for her because she's a giver. Like she's a giver. Like, hold on. And then everywhere she goes, it's like everybody likes her. Like, Siani, you know you can't be doing all of that stuff. For real, for real. You know everybody, these bitches is crazy. I mean, one was trying to bust her window out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But Miss Angel. Like, no. Let me ask you, what do you get out of, let me see. Who is this curious and want to beat my mind? I got just a little bit of time today. Let me get out of being here live. It's your first time. No. Oh, doing live? No, let me tell you something. Only why I'm going live like this is because Donald Trump put a watch on me. Usually when I do my lives and stuff, my lives from my phone, and I gotta get a whole fucking new phone. It's like every time I start fucking around with the government and shit like that, my gadgets and shit start fucking up. So it fucked it up. So I go off of my tablet. I can go off of my computer and certain stuff. I have different gadgets, but nah, this is not my first time going live. I like going live when people see my face. I probably show my face in a while. I'm just kind of like chilling out just for a little bit. But nah, this is not my live. This is not my first live. I remember before when I used to come on live, I used to have like almost like 3,000 people. Some of my lives, I like deleted it and certain stuff like that. But my lives, like the most people I had on my lives was like almost 3,000 people. But I come on here. I just be rocking out and I come on here. But yeah, it was very interesting talking to you. Like for real. Like, what? For real. I done talk to people all over the world. I done talk to people I'm always talking to people from Nigeria, Brazil. I done talk to people hi everybody from Pakistan and Iran. I done talk to I done talk to people from Chicago. That was no. Yeah, Chicago. I done talk to people from Houston, Texas. And it was so funny. I love that conversation because the girl who I was talking to from Houston, she was from Brooklyn. And the other dude who I was talking to from Baltimore, if he really was from fucking Baltimore, he was from Brooklyn. So, YouTube is like, it's so small. You'll be surprised of the people who comes on your channel. And I'm the missus. You like, what? I am heavily tagged on social media. I always say, do people know who I am? Because I'm so all over social media. Like, you know what I mean? And then I got another YouTube channel, my other YouTube channel. I can't go on that shit either. So I got to get me a new phone. I just been bullshitting. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care about it. But I got another YouTube channel. That other YouTube channel is at like 5,000 subscribers. So I got this one. I got my other YouTube channel that's at 5,000 subscribers. I got my TikTok that's about to be at 16,000 followers over there. I got my Instagram. It's going back and forth, but I'm dead right now. I'm not active out of all of my fucking platforms that I'm active on. So I got my Instagram, that's at 4,000. My other Instagram account is at 4,000. I got my other Instagram, it's at 300 people. My other Instagram, that shit's about to jump in a minute. You like, this about to jump. That shit is at 4,000. I'm going to wake up the next morning and that shit going to be about 25,000 people. And they're going to wonder how the fuck that I did it. Yeah? I'm good at what the fuck I do, but I'm just sleeping right now. You're like, what? I'm sleeping right now because I don't want to be active. I'm supposed to be taking a break and a whole bunch of different things, so I'm just chilling right now. You like what? I just want to say thank you. You like what? Because I just posted my video is at 4 million views. Like my video is at 4 million views. I just did a video on my YouTube channel 5 days ago, 6 days ago, and it's at 4 million views. It went to actually 2.2 million views within 28 hours. So my YouTube channel is now back at 24 hours. I have over 1.2 million people around the world that tune into my YouTube channel. It's amazing. I have so many eyes on me, so many. And then I go to Twitter. I act up on Twitter. You're like, what? For real. And it's so funny because T.S. Madison, hi T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison retweeted my stuff and that shit went viral. So I'm all over social media. It's just y'all don't know unless I say it. And I really don't like saying it like that because I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I always go viral. I do. You know what I mean? My stuff always do good numbers, but I don't care about it. You have some people who actually care about it. And then I have some people who curse me out. Like, you need to do it like this. You need to do it like that. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? How you fuck you gonna tell me how to do my shit? Like, I know how to do my shit. And then they get mad at me. Like, your stuff is viral. Like, bitch, I didn't even know because I do that all the time. I don't care. Only person that cares is you. Because I don't care about that. I never do. I do not care. I don't even care that my video right now is at 4 million views. I'm just happy that people rock out with it and people like it. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like, I'm trying to fight because I got to do a whole bunch of different things because my channel is growing very, very rapidly. And I get a lot of slack from it because a lot y'all don't know. Like, people be reporting my fucking page and they've been reporting my live. So, you know, when you go to certain my lives, you got to be like 18 and older to come because people are reporting my stuff because they cannot believe that my YouTube channel is rising like that. I didn't ask for whatever that's going on. It's just a blessing. It's just, unfortunately, I guess people around the world, they just like me. I didn't ask for this. Why do they report me? Because they can't believe the shit. I can't even believe the stuff. I can't believe it. I always say, I don't even know what the fuck is going on. For real. And I'm just going through so much. And I'm supposed to be doing a live podcast and stuff with this guy out of Brooklyn. And, they plugged into the industry and stuff like that. And I don't know too much about that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'll give it up. You like what? For real. I would cancel that opportunity real fast. Because I know that I'm blessed and I know that I'm going to get another one. I always say that. I never want to just take something because it's there. You know what I mean? I always look at it like that. You got to look at stuff like that. God knows that people are hustling. So sometimes the enemy will just throw something out to you that's very, very good. They're trying to stop you from your big grand prize or whatever is really actually meant for you. You know what I mean? And then it's so funny because I was saying before, like, listen, you like what? I was saying, I had stated before because you like what? I shouldn't say this. But I had stated before, you know what I mean? I was saying to my husband and shit like that. Listen, I was saying to my husband and shit like that because I know that because of me and how I am, I know that who wouldn't want, I'm very, very beautiful in real life. My energy is very, very good. I'm very, very rare. I'm a rare fucking jewel. So it doesn't matter. I just feel like when I just go around people, and I have women who be falling in love with me too, which is the weirdest. And I'm not, nothing against people within the life, but I don't go that way. You know what I mean? Never, ever, ever in my life. You know what I mean? But I just have people who fall in love with me. Straight off the rip. I can't help it. It's just the innocence and the pureness within me, just who I am. And I said, I'll give it up. You're like, what? I did. I said, honey, if you don't want me to do it, I wouldn't do it. For real. And I think that's what love is too sometimes. Like, would you sacrifice? Fuck yeah. Like, hell yeah. Like, why are you kidding me? With no hesitation. I know I don't want you to do that. Okay, that's cool. I won't do certain things. You know what I mean? If it's asked and it's something that he's really, really not cool with and shit like that, and he really don't like it, I'll be like, okay, fuck it. Like, what? I don't give a fuck how much it is. Oh, these motherfuckers want to. Okay, well, he don't like it. You know, like what? Oh, you like, here we go again with Donald Trump. You know, I have been talking about this whole stuff all day today. You like what? I was talking about it in the car today with two different people. I was saying basically how, you know, I don't like it. I don't like, what I don't like is, how do you bomb a country and then you say that you're going to appoint somebody else to run somebody else's country? You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And then he did that shit 2 times. You're like, what is it? First he bombed Nigeria when they was having like mask or something like that. They was having prayer or something like that. So he caught people while they were praising Allah. You know what I mean? So it was mad casualties that were injured. You know, it was men, women, children. And then from the different strikes that he did, he bombed a middle school that had kids. And I always say that even as a president, you still supposed to understand the casualties on both sides. You know what I mean? Before I go into the war, even though my people, and now you have a whole bunch of husbands, wives, sons, and daughters that's about to die over a madman that's on the trigger. You know what I mean? And then he went against Congress because you just cannot go to war like that. It's like protocols that you got to do first. You got to go to Congress. You got to do this, and that, and the third. You have to have enough intel and a whole bunch of different things before you do that. And I have to keep up on it because I don't know how true it is, because Iran have allies. You know what I mean? Russia, China, all these other motherfuckers. They have other allies, just like, because he did what he did, the United States have allies too. They have Canada, they have England, you know what I mean? They have different people. So now you just forced a whole bunch of different people, you know, the country and different things to do a whole bunch of different things, you know. And that's why a lot of people don't know, and I don't know why I keep saying this. I'm a very, very big activist, and I'm trying to get Michelle Obama to get on board. You're like, what? Mrs. Michelle Obama is a very, very hard cookie. Like, she's very, very hard. I have been pushing for months. That's why she went up there and she did the first interview with Diana Ross. I was the one who fucking actually initiated that, which the whole world don't even know that. Because I'm only saying, maybe it's probably my second or my third time saying this, because you're like, what? You will be surprised how your voice can trigger it. You know what I mean? You just have to have the courage. You just have to have the strength to honestly believe in whatever the fuck that you're doing. I don't mean to curse after I'm saying all this profound shit, but I kept pushing it, and I kept pushing it, and she answered. But I didn't like how she answered, because I would have stopped her while I was giving her an interview, you know? And then what was so beautiful about that is, only why I'm saying that, I love that Donald Trump put them up as apes. Only why I'm saying that is because, the country turned so beautifully. They have so much different respect and different things, you know, that the people are willing and they're ready to get behind her and back her. Now I just have to convince her. You're like, what? So I said, and it's so funny because sometimes I'll be all in like CNN chat room. Like, do y'all ever go in CNN chat room, like when they be talking about breaking rules and topics and shit? I'll be in there like Queen of Fat Four, a Majesty Angel, and I'll be in here arguing with people like, no. But I'll be starting a Republican and a Democrat war. Put up the hearts. You know what I mean? But I'll be in there. And not only that, I'll be tuning into NATO. You know what I mean? I'll be tuning into the United Nations. I'll be listening to global problems and shit all around the world. Because if you don't really tune into the United Nations, if we don't know what the fuck is going on around the world, then how the fuck we gonna know what's going on here? You know what I mean? So he got 3 more years of actually fucking up a whole bunch of different shit. He didn't care. Like, I'm still flabbergasted because I really did not know it was 42 million people who were getting food stamps. I did not know that. And then everybody was mad and people was talking about robbing people and shit like that. But if you actually look at it, certain organizations or certain things that are protocol. Like people don't know about fucking welfare and shit. Now, what's so crazy about that? I'm gonna see what you're saying. You should tune into yourself. Hold on one second. Let me see what you said, and then I gotta go. And then I'll come back on at a different time. Let me see. You should tune into yourself and open your eyes of knowledge. You saw the 8 thing that was crazy. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about. The all-seeing. Oh, listen, we're not gonna do that. You like what? We're not gonna do that. I don't. Do you know who you're talking to? You are talking to a historic person. I love history. I love history. There's nobody on the planet that can ever tell me about the Illuminati. They can't tell me about the Illuminati. They cannot tell me about the Knights Templar. They can't tell me about scones and bones. They can't tell me about nothing. They cannot tell me about the Luciferians. They cannot tell me about the Satanists. They cannot tell me about the Nephibians. They cannot tell me about nothing. You will be surprised of the things that I know. You will be surprised of the things that have came across my thing. But one thing that I'm not going to do, I am not going to get up here and I'm not going to disrespect the Illuminati. I'm not going to get up here. I'm not going to disrespect no fucking secret society. Because once again, you are dealing with a historian person. You are dealing with a woman who loves history. You are dealing with a woman who wants to get her PhD within history. So I know history. Nobody on the planet can ever talk to me and say nothing. I love everything from every ancient doctrine, from every ancient fucking text. I even try to figure out and try to learn the fucking Sumerian templates and shit like that. So knowing knowledge, my whole vessel contains knowledge, but that's one thing that I'm never going to do. That's it. And I'm always going to say that because that's how my YouTube channel is. For I just look at it. These things have been around here for a long, long, long time. And once we close our eyes and we go into the fucking dirt, all of the secret societies, all of this different shit that been around, they're still going to be here. And one thing about people, mankind, here I go. You're like, what? You just started something. Let me tell you something. I sit in the middle, meaning I bring truth. My sword sways any way, good and bad, meaning everybody on this planet have the opportunity to choose whatever you choose. It could be good and it could be bad, but don't you run and you tuck your tail because you chose something, and now you want to be scared, and now you want to tap out, and now you want to complain, and now you want to go against the grain. There's a lot of different secret societies. Secret societies are enlightenment. I'm just saying. My grandfathers were Masons. I'm just saying. So you're dealing with a totally different person. Meaning, I don't care what nobody say. People are going to want to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And that's actual facts. Either they're going to live accordingly, what's right, or they're going to sell out. And that's just the way that it is. This is the world that we live in. It's 2026. And that's how I stand. And I'm always going to say that. For I believe in a whole bunch of different things. And I'm going to see what you're saying. And I'm never going to come up here and I'm never going to convince anybody to be something. Because I know just in life, everything, meaning one doctrine is not going to fulfill the whole fucking world. Everybody's going to go wherever the fuck they feel comfortable at. So maybe they don't feel comfortable being good. Shit, I'm just saying. So they're going to feel comfortable being like this. So since you want to be like this, just be prepared. You might go to fuck the jail. You're going to spend your life there for a very, very long time. You're going to lose all of everything that you ever fucking came across. Because this is the decision that you have made. That's just who I am. I have a lot of knowledge. I stay in knowledge. I'm a knowledge seeker. Most of my times are in books. And it's my job to discern the shit that I'm reading, if it's real or if it's not. I don't do that. I would never do that. And you're like, what are you talking about? I would never take all the knowledge that I have obtained within my spirit and come up here on social media and now manipulate the masses of the shit that I have learned. And this is what I fight against. Motherfuckers who have obtained so much fucking knowledge and then they want to come over here and then they want to manipulate the fucking masses because of the shit that they have learned. That is not right. That's just where I stand. That's what I was saying. The all-seeing eye. Yeah, it's real, all right. It's real. It's definitely real. It's just unfortunately we live in 2026. So you go over there and start cutting up motherfucking heads and you start eating people and you start doing all this shit, you're going to fuck to jail. Bottom line. And I don't want to start talking about a whole bunch of other different things because everybody's going to think that I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. You're like, what? Well, listen, listen, let me tell you something. Dealing with a lot of different secret societies, however, and I just want to get off of that because I don't want to talk about them. I don't talk about them. I give them the respect that they deserve. Because what makes an organization or what makes certain secret societies bad? The people who partake in it. I always say, cleanup time. I always say that. For a lot of people who have joined certain things have made it be very, very bad. Because the Mason part is all about alignments. Different things that the Masons study are about planets, stars, shit like that. A whole bunch of different alignments to better themselves. Now, because of certain things, I knew an Eastern Star. Miss Leola was a mess. And I was like, tell me. And she wouldn't tell me the different things. But she said that it's certain things that you do during the ritual. She said, I can't tell you that. That's something that if you wanted to be part of a society and you had the opportunity to do, then you do. But when you become part of a different class of a society, it's really, really something that you just really cannot talk about unless they give the approval of certain different things or however. But, what is it? Certain people are doing certain things because they're not who they are. So it's all about different things. Different things. I said it was different gods on this planet. It's in the fucking Bible, but a lot of people always overlook it. For in the Bible it said, God said, do not put any other gods, Gods, before me. That's what it said in the Bible. Do not put other gods, Gods, before me. So what is that indicating within that paragraph? That it was other beings on this earth. But because of the timing and everything that was going on, it had to be what? Another person to come in to do whatever. I always say that. All the real true knowledge is at the Vatican. That's why I always say I want to go to the Vatican. I want to go to the Vatican Museum. Because every artifact and every treasure that have been stolen from certain societies or certain, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying, is in the Vatican. Now, only things that cannot really go against the doctrine is up on the floor. But the shit that can really contradict a whole bunch of different shit is in the basement. And I always say, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, people in the world, their brains cannot stretch that far, nor do people, I always say that, should ever be allowed to that motherfucking information, because they should not be. People should not be afforded certain information because they should not. Just like a lot of people just regarding whoever should not be allowed that information because they're going to manipulate it, and they're going to manipulate it so fucked up. And it's terrible. That's why I always say I'm very, very blessed. And no matter what, whoever is doing what on this earth, it is a penalty, a very, very hard penalty. Certain people, they don't care. So guess what? They're in the line with it. So it is what it is. So I always say, what do you want to do? How are you going to stand? So let me go. This was interesting. Listen, I always say the biggest shit that's very, very far new, and I think that I come from the Egyptian bloodline. I always say that. My roots go very, very deep. for every time I always go to the museum. I love going to the museum, but every time I go to the museum, it always baffles me why all the noses on every statue has been taken off. And I understand the different terms of different things because within the Egyptian period, it's been certain pharaohs or certain people who came there to try to erase. That's why just dealing with a lot of different dynasties and different certain things, a lot of different things were destroyed because they were trying to destroy their history. Just like ISIS. I don't have nothing bad against ISIS or whoever. I'm just saying, because why are terrorists created? Why? A terrorist group is created because they feel like the people or whoever are being oppressed, or you just have a whole bunch of fucking mad people and they're just on a fucking bench. So guess what? They have to do something very, very fucking far stretched to get the attention of the cause of why they're doing it. But why do they do it? It's a cause for why they do it. That's why I said that shit that Donald Trump, he just reactivated sleeping giants. For sometimes, only thing you need, I said that shit before, it's just a regular time and a place to reactivate or to trigger certain people or the masses to get up to do something. I always say that we're living in a time where history have to repeat itself. People who have been sitting on very high places or however, the tables have to be switched. Have to be around, or certain people who have been sitting in these chairs are getting demoted because of the things that they have done that were not right or however, and they're being removed very, very fast. Just like it's a club. I don't give a fuck if you are a billionaire. You cannot get in. Certain shit like that should be designed like that. Remember, you're dealing with a person whose mind thinks totally different than an average human being. You're like, what? Fuck yeah. Some people, when you come in this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck how some people feel. When you come in this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. The shit that you see, the shit that you witness, or however the fuck you see, this shit better stay the fuck in here. And that's how shit is supposed to be. And I don't care. And that's why there's no money on this planet that can give certain people that access. Because people they're not deemed and honorable. And they should never be deemed and honorable to certain shit. Because what? They're not honorable. That's just how I look at you. Call me whatever you want to call me. But I'm very, very different. I'm a humble person. I walk this land as a beggar. I walk this land as a bum. And so many people they overlook the hitter. For real. They overlook somebody. I'm always that person. I'm the person that be in the back I'm the person that be in the back of any room. And I just watch. And I say, okay. That's why I always say, when I get on my social media accounts, certain people, they have respect for me because I'm very, very different. I don't play into the game of society. I say that. I sit very, very high. I classify myself very, very high. Fuck that. I'm going to put on my own fucking gold mask today because I'm just like that. I don't want to be like people. I was born to stand out, not to fit in. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants that motherfucking approval. Everybody have to prove something. I'd rather be a beggar and be worth $1 trillion because I have nothing to prove. It's either you gonna fuck with me or you're not. You're gonna give me the opportunity, you're not. The other way, I'm gonna create my own shit. And people are gonna navigate to me. That's what I always say. People are very, very differently. I'm different. So I come up here and I just want people to actually understand that. We are. Well, hey, fuck. You're like, what? Ain't we all? Listen, how the fuck we calling ET aliens? Ain't we aliens? Ain't we aliens? People forget. Isn't this Earth? Ain't we living in Earth? Don't these niggas go on a rocket all the time to go out of space and shit and go to the space station? So what the fuck are we considered? Unfortunately, our class of people found an Earth that can produce for us to breathe, for us to eat, and a whole bunch of different shit. Unfortunately, because of so much damage that us, meaning the people, are doing, and because of them digging in the oil, in the ground, getting oil, getting minerals, shit like that, cutting down trees and a whole bunch of other shit. Us as society, and we don't. And I love the ocean. People are not taking care of the ocean. They're polluting the ocean. They're going out there. They're overfishing and shit like that. They're going out there. They're killing shit. The climate change is killing the reefs and shit. A whole bunch of different things that our planet needs. Everybody need to go watch that shit with Will Smith. It's called The Strangest Rock. He tell you the importance, how important the Sahara Desert is. Certain things on this earth we need. So I'm just saying, it's just a matter of time. And I'm still trying to find out what the fuck is going on with Doom Clock. What the fuck is the Doom Clock? What's the fuck is the Doom Clock? So let me go. I gotta get out of here. It was a blessing. Y'all stay woke, man. Don't ever allow nobody to come and change your mind about anything. Never. And if you do, then you are definitely capable enough to be penetrated. You are capable enough to be manipulated. And nobody on this planet should ever be capable enough to be manipulated. We all have our own mind to be able to think the right way. Think righteous. Stop putting people in all these fucked up ass groups. Damn, I went from love to talking about secret societies. Goddamn. So, let me go, because I got out. Love is different. Love is sweet. Love is joyful. Love is playful. Love is kind. I see you. I see more than you see within yourself. I'm capable enough of holding you up on my shoulders. I don't see what you have, but I see you for who you are. And that's what makes love sweet. Very sweet. Love never abandons. Love never give up. And love is very, very weird. It's very, very unorthodox. So let me go.